how many of you are enjoying the brand new mini? I hope you are. And how about Sale-a-Bration? What do you think? Are you enjoying this as well? So tonight, well, you were very close, Carol. It's so fun to have you all guess. So tonight, we're going to be creating with the adorable owl. So if you've got your Sale-a-Bration book, go ahead and grab it. I'm going to zoom in a bit. And it's on page 4, all right? And we've got 3 darling little owls and 3 greetings. So we're going to be using this cute little guy. And then we're going to scoot over to page 14. And we're going to be using the Dandy Designs designer paper tonight. So I'm going to give you a close-up look of that as well. I am going to let you see the cards, and you can get a screenshot if you want. I probably need to zoom out for this. All right, so that's one little cutie pie. Oh, good, Peggy. Don't wait too long, Peggy. These things are adorable. Here's another card. Oops, yeah, and then I'm going to do this card next, okay? And then this card. Now, did you notice that this little card, this owl, is sticking straight up? This is a wobbler card. All right, I'm going to show you how to make it, okay? We've done wobblers before, but it's been a really long time. All right, so those are the 3 cards. I'll give you a second to grab a screenshot if you want, and then we'll get started. Okay. All right, so let's move these little guys out of the way. Can't wait to share those with you. And I do want to show you the designer paper. So this is one of the pieces, and of course I've already cut into this, but that's one of the sheets. And by the way, this is 48 sheets of designer paper, and this is free with a $100 order, okay? Here's the next one, and here is the opposite side of that. Here is another Granny Apple Green, and also Balmy Blue is in this set. Then we also have Mango Melody, and it looks like Petal Pink. This is the opposite side of it, okay? So I really should cut the paper down because it makes it difficult to show everything. All right, let's see. Oh, here's one. We've got this piece here, and let me see if I can show you the back of that. There's the back of that one right there. Isn't this beautiful? I'm hoping all of you have this already. Here is another piece. And that is the opposite side of that one. This is such a fun pack of paper. And you get oodles of it. Another piece. And the opposite side. I have a feeling most of you all have seen this. Here is another piece and another piece. Thanks for sharing, Kathleen. And let's see, I'll show you one more. And I think I've shown all of them to you. And then here's is the other one, all right? So this is 48 sheets of designer paper. It's free with a $100 purchase before shipping and tax, okay? And it's called Dandy Designs. All right. Well, we're going to start with stamping our owls, okay, and coloring them. So let's see what we want to do. Whoops. We are going to stamp one owl using this stylish shaped circle. And we're going to stamp another owl, the one with the little bow tie with a circle. And then the last little owl, we're just gonna stamp on just a piece of basic white scrap paper, okay? Oh my gosh, Kathleen, that's amazing. Oh, I'd love to see your calendars, Kathleen. That's great. All right, so let me find my ink. Okay, had to run get that, and you may want pen and paper. I am going to give you the Stampin' Blend colors that I use, so you may want to jot those down, okay? Carol, I'm pretty sure it's 48 sheets, but let me look again. Yes, page 14 in Sale-a-Bration, it's 48 sheets. So you get 4 of each double-sided design, okay? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to give you Stampin' Blend colors, all right? That worked for me, okay? All right, so let's do our stamping first. We're going to use black Memento ink. Now, the reason we use this is because we're going to color with our Stampin' Blends. And when we color with the blends, we don't want it to mix with black ink. And so when we use this ink, the black does not bleed and it doesn't interfere with the marker color, okay? All right, so this little cutie here has a bow tie. So that just makes him adorable, doesn't it? All right, so now that one's done. And this one's got the cute little birthday hat. And we'll put that one about there. Okay. And our last one, we're just going to be stamping on the scrap paper. And we'll just stamp that in the middle. All right, and that's all you're gonna need with your black Memento tonight, okay? All right, next step, I'm gonna zoom in, all right? Oh, you're welcome, Lee. All right, I'm gonna zoom in and I'm gonna bring in my Stampin' Blend colors. Now, I'll tell you what I'm using, and you can always, I'll also give you alternative colors, okay? All right, here we go. Let's start with this little guy. Well, actually, we're gonna be coloring the bodies of all 3 of them at the same time. Okay, so I am going to start with light cinnamon cider, okay? Now, this is a retired in color, and so I'll try and give you some alternative colors just in case you don't have it, okay? All right, and by the way, this is the Stylish Shapes die. It's the circle. Let me show you which one, because you may want to cut some of these out as well. And again, Stylish Shapes, you will find it in the annual book. And I use the second one, second to the largest, okay? And you can see here you get squares, banners, and circles. Okay, so let's see, we're gonna color the body with this. And so that's going to mean his ears. Okay, I'll try and stay within the lines. I'm not starting out too well. Now let's talk about an alternative color, just in case you don't have cinnamon cider. And by the way, it is retired. It is a former in color. You could always try crumb cake, maybe the dark crumb cake. You could also try light soft suede. And also you could try our natural tones, which are our skin tones. And you just might find a brown there that you like. So don't forget about those skin tones, okay? which I think they might call natural tones. All right, so this is our second owl. Again, we're doing the bodies first. All right, and I don't have all of my skin tones over here to tell you. They will not have a name. They will actually have a number, okay? All right, get his wings. And of course, you can also use any of the gray. Gray would also be a nice color for your owl. Maybe smoky slate, or you could probably smoky slate. I'm going to say that the gray granite is going to be too dark, but I'm not exactly sure until I try it. Okay. Let's see, got that one, and now I have one more to do. I love the fact that we get 3 owls in the set and 3 greetings. So each owl can have its own greeting. This stamp set is free with a $50 minimum purchase. So don't forget about that either. You could pick up some Stampin' blends and some other miscellaneous items to reach that $50 mark. And then you could select this as your freebie. All right. Okay, so we've gotten that part done. And now, let's see, what should we do next? The owl's stomach and the face, I am going to use one of the natural tones, and this is the 900. Okay, it says SU 900, and you can see the color of it by looking at the cap, okay? So this is going to be for stomach and face. Other alternatives for this color. Petal pink, light and or dark, okay? Petal pink would be a really nice one to go with this as well, if you don't have this one. And for those of you who've been around for a minute, you could also try, I think we used to have pink pirouette, so you could also give that blend a try, okay? So, and the best way to decide is just to take a scrap piece of paper and, you know, color the paper with all the different marker colors, and then you can kind of figure out what it is, you know, which color you want to use. I'm going to try and flip over to the brush tip and see how well I do. I'll be able to cover a larger area, and it may not take me as long to color. And again, this is that natural skin tone marker. Is it called the Natural Tones Collection, I think? I'm not sure the specific name. All right, so that's one little face. So what do you think? How many of you have used this set, and how are you coloring your owl? Do you have a gray owl? All right. And one more face to color. We're getting there. I'm going to also have some measurements for the cards tonight. And the measurements we're using tonight, we're using on all 3 cards. So it's going to make it really easy to reproduce these cards, okay? All right, so that brush tip worked really well. Oh, gray is wonderful, Anita. I almost did that. I don't know why I changed up. All right, now the eyes, we're going to use the 1000, okay? And you also get the title of that right there, SU 1000, and this is with that, the natural tones. So here I am going to just, as you can see, shade that in. I'll zoom in a little closer so that you can tell it is different, okay? The two colors are different. Okay. I haven't tried a gray owl yet, but I want to. I definitely want to give that a try. And let's do this owl. Wouldn't it be awesome if Stampin' Up! Came out with some dies to go with these cute owls? Do you think they might surprise us? I would love that if they did. All right, so right now I'm just taking those little dots, okay, and I'm just coloring those. And I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take that light cinnamon again, and I'm gonna go back in here, and I'm gonna color the eye, okay? Can you see that? And look how nicely these markers work with the black Memento ink. The colors do not run together, which is what you want when you're coloring. And by the way, we're going to be giving away all 3 of these cards tonight. All right, so be sure that you comment tonight so that you can get into the drawing. All right. All right, so let's talk about the beak and the feet. All right. Yeah, so these colors, Peggy, and they're listed in our annual catalog, and maybe some of you who are familiar with these tones can tell us the page number in the annual book. They're called the natural tones, and they start at 100 and go all the way to 1,000, okay? And again, they're in the annual book. You can buy them separately or you can buy the entire collection. But they're skin tones, so they're great for coloring skin color and for coloring people. So I really did zoom in there, didn't I? All right. So now I'm going to go to dark Calypso Coral and I'm going to color the feet. Now, you can try light Calypso Coral. And another color I might recommend to you is Mango Melody. I kind of wish I had tried that because Mango Melody coordinates with this designer paper we're using tonight. And so that would look really nice too. I mean, maybe my beak looks a little too red, but that's just another option for you. You could even try Pumpkin Pie if you want. So that's the beauty with their blends. You don't have to just stick with a specific color. All right, oh, one more beak. All right, now we're gonna color the bow tie blue, and you'll see why later because it's got some blue cardstock that's gonna coordinate with it. So we want a blue bow tie, and this is Balmy Blue. And I am using the dark marker, all right? So that's Balmy Blue. Now for the party hat, I am going to be using Fresh Freesia, which is gonna retire the end of April, all right? And what's my other color? I'm going to be using light Calypso Coral, all right? So with the party hat, I will just color. I will alternate that color there in the party hat. Right here. And I'm even going to color the little pom-pom. All right, so now we have our party hat. So those are the colors I used, all right? Yeah, so and Peggy, also these nature tones, they're also Stampin' blends, okay? And they came out probably about a year ago, I think. All right, we're gonna do a little Wink of Stella, and then we'll set these adorable little guys to the side, and I'll give you some measurements for the cards tonight. So he looks really fancy once you put the little glimmer on him. All right. And I know that's hard for y'all to see. The camera just doesn't do Erwinka Stella justice. Oh, thank you so much, Doris. So the natural tones, Peggy, are on page 128 in the annual book. I so appreciate that because my book is on the other side of my stamp room right now. I should probably have it right here. But it never seems like I have everything right here at my fingertips. All right, we got one more little cutie to go. I love during Sale-a-Bration when Stampin' Up! Brings us a new set of animals. Do y'all remember the sheep? And we've had frogs, right? And we've had ladybugs. So I just absolutely love these little animals. Oh, and sheep. Did I already say that? All right. Okay, so for this one, I'm actually going to do a bit of fussy cutting, all right? So hang with me as I do it. Hi, Sandra, welcome. And I'll kind of show you how I do mine. I'm gonna get around this ear here, all right? And I'm just gonna cut right on across to the next ear. Okay, and we'll get rid of that. And so that's what I have so far. The sheep are fun. I still love, playing around with the sheep. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going around the face. And I've got to get around the wing. Now this is the only owl that I have cut. So I'm honestly not sure which one is the easy owl. Okay, I have no idea. If I knew, I would tell you. So I want to get closer and get rid of that little white space. And I'm going to show you another way to get rid of that white space in just a second. This might be the hardest part. So a suggestion for you, if you do like fussy cutting, is to stamp a bunch, and you can cut them while you're watching TV. I like to do stuff like that while I'm watching TV. All right, now we're gonna go around the bottom of the body like this. Don't worry, we will come back. I've got some other little areas to finish up. It's not that easy, Lee. But I am going to show you a trick to get rid of that white, okay? So hang on, I got to get back in here with my scissor points. And now we're going to do this one. It's hard getting between those wings. All right, so that's what we have so far. All right, yes, the snips help a great deal. And they're small, so having small, scissors really helps. All right, so we've got to go back and we've got to finish up this last little piece and get rid of that white, and then I'm going to show you my trick, okay? And to get around these feet, that's really tricky. All right, oh my gosh, I forgot about the donkeys. See? All right, So let me clean this off so I can get rid of all these little pieces of paper. And now you're going to notice, now this little piece I just keep there, okay? I cannot get in there to cut. So my trick is I'm gonna go back to that cinnamon cider. And I probably can hold this up to the camera. I am going to color the edging of the owl, all right? Oh, I know, we can't let anything happen to those wings. All right, so see what I'm doing? I'm just coloring the ends of that paper. All right. All right, so any white that was left over, I have now colored it. Now I'm not done. I'm going to take, remember the 900 is what we used on the face. So I'm gonna just color the edges of the face in case there was anything I didn't cut there. All right, and it just kind of hides that. And let's see, oh, the feet. I want to take the feet, and you see that little bit of white around the feet? You might not be able to see it. See it? I'm going to color the feet. No one's ever going to know. All right, and it gets rid of it. How cool is that? It works. It works. Hey, there's a Be Creative tip of the week, right? All right, we're ready to put our owls together. And let me go ahead and get a few supplies out. Okay. Card 1 is our little party hat, okay? And again, we're using that dandelion paper. All right, so here are your measurements for tonight, okay? For your designer paper, and let me scoot on out here. For your designer paper tonight, and this is for all 3 cards, okay? The designer paper needs to measure 3 3/8 of an inch. And it also needs to measure 4 5/8 of an inch. Okay? That's for all 3 pieces of designer paper tonight. Now for your cardstock, you'll also use the same measurement for all 3 cards. This is going to be 3 1/2. This is fresh freesia, by the way. It will retire in April. It's an in color. And then if you turn it, it's 4 3/4, okay? So those really are your measurements. This is a standard card base, and it's 8 1/2 inches by 5 1/2 inches. And along this 8 1/2 inch, you're gonna score it at 4 1/4, okay? So super easy measurements for you. This is a Calypso Coral card base. This is the fresh freesia. And this is the designer paper that we're going to tape. And by the way, in a day or two, I'll have measurements and a list of the colors on my blog, and I'll let everyone know. So here we are, we're just going to center this. You have just a little bit of cardstock showing. All right, just like that. And let's get some dimensionals. Ooh, I have a brand new sheet. Let's go ahead and we're gonna pop this up on the card base. And we're going to center this as best we can. I'm going to try and recenter this It's fine, but it's not exactly centered. So hang tight and we'll redo that. And then look what happens. Don't you just love that? We will start over. Does this ever happen to y'all? All right. Yeah, so let's start over. Make sure we get this perfect. This other dimensional should be fine. Here we go. And that ought to do it. Okay. And now we're going to tape our sweet little owl. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to pop him up. Yep, we're going to pop him up. All right. Good. I'm in good company then, right? I am in good company. This again is Fresh Freesia. It's the Layering Circles dies. You all know I use them constantly. Let me show you the die set for anyone who's brand new. You can find these in the annual catalog. They're called Layering Circles. All right. Oh, he's so cute. And we're going to tape him. We're going to tape him right to our card base. And you could actually put him anywhere. He can go at the top. He can go at the bottom. He can go in the center. I just kind of offset it just to make it a bit interesting. Okay? But there he is. We're going to stamp one of the greetings. Let me find my little piece. I have a little piece of paper we're going to stamp on. All right, and it's right here, and it's your day. So the greetings, which we did not talk about, we've got my friend, we have it's your day, and hoot hoot, you're so cute. Okay. The measurement for this piece of paper, let's see, it's about 1.5 inches long and a 1/2 inch wide. All right, 1.5. Did I say 1.5? Yeah, 1.5 by a 1/2 inch. Okay. And we're going to put that down and we're going to ink this up, and then we're going to hold our breath and hope that we get it on straight. Not too shabby. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, and we're going to put a dimensional, and I think that I actually want the dimensional on the other side. I'm going to show you why, but you may already know. I put the dimensional under the word day so that this paper here will lay flat on the circle. Come on. There we go. And see how that lays nice and flat on the circle? You could even tuck like a glue dot on there if you want. All right, so for my Hostess Club ladies this month, they get a surprise Sale-a-Bration make and take this month. And this is their surprise make and take. So they will be able to stamp it in class and they'll be able to take it home with them. So that's their little surprise. And I'll show you in just a second where these embellishments are coming from. Let's see if I can find it. I am using the opaque adhesive backed gems. And if you're purchasing the embellishment chair, you're going to get a 1/2 package of this. All right, and these are great colors. All righty. All right, so that's our first card. And we're going to put the second one together. Let's see here. Let me move. You wouldn't believe the stuff that I have here. All right, here are the supplies. And our next card, I'll clean those stamps later. Our next card is the very same layout, but this time I've put the owl on the right side, all right? So again, ladies, these are super simple. This is nothing difficult at all, but it's fun, and they are super cute. So it just goes to show that you don't have to have an elaborate card, you know, all the time. Alrighty. So now we're going to put this onto the balmy blue cardstock. And we're going to flip that over. We're going to do dimensionals again. It's pretty much the same way that we did the first one. I love the paper. It's so bright and so cheery. This is a basic white. Don't do that yet. This is a basic white card base. All right. And then we're going to pop up this little guy. See that little bow tie to go with the blue there? That's balmy blue. And we'll just peel these off. Oh, I'm so glad you like the colors, Gail. Thank you. All right, and that scallop circle is just a little bit bigger than the stylish shape. And you know what? Did I pop? I actually popped this one up on the card base. So I did it in reverse. So look at this. I used Stampin' Seal to attach the white circle to the Granny Apple Green, and then I popped this up. And this time I've done the reverse. So now you have both options. You know that you can do it either way. This time we're going to stamp My Friend, which is another one of the greetings. We're going to ink this in Granny Apple Green. I'm going to hold my breath and hopefully I'll get this straight. Very crooked. And so guess what? I have another one. So we'll do this again. And you may get you may get the back of my head because I'm trying to look over this. Oh, that's terrible. So we'll try again. So I can't decide if the sticker, maybe my sticker is not on correctly. All right, let me give this a try and see if I'm doing any better. That is better. All right. So I always cut extras of these just in case. It's no need. Don't sweat the small stuff, right? If you stamp it crooked, it's not a big deal. All right. Now this time I'm going to put that dimensional right behind the word my, M-Y. And then this one's going to go here. All right. So let's add some embellishments. Ooh, they would be great. Now you could also use, what about our 3.5 by 5 inch note cards? What about those? What do you think? I think they're smaller and you could do the very same design. We're gonna put an embellishment right there. And then I'm gonna open up that other pack Yeah, I like your idea, Gail. That would be a great thing to do. All right, so with these embellishments, we've got the small, the medium, and the large. So now we're going to go to a medium one. We're going to use all three different sizes. I just don't know where I want to put it. Put it there, and then we're going to take a small one. Whoops. And we'll put it there. All right, and so that is your second card. All right, it would make a nice gift. Hi, Sheila. Thank you so much for that compliment. The colors are so fun. By the way, there is Granny Apple Green in this designer paper. You know what? I'm going to leave that open because we're going to use it again. Now, on our last card, we are using a wobbler. All right, so I'm going to show you what happens. If you click it, he shakes. All right, so let me show you what I used. It is called an Action Wobbles Mini Action Spring. All right, and you can get these over on you know where, Amazon. All right, and so I'm going to show you how to put that on. Okay, so I thought it would be really fun to do one of these. All right. So we are using this piece of designer paper. Isn't that pretty? So when's the last time you've made a wobbler card? I guess I should call it wobbles. All right. By the way, I am using Highland Heather. It's a little bit darker than Fresh Freesia. All right, so this is Highland Heather, okay? Little bit darker than Fresh Freesia. And we're gonna add it to the Granny Apple Green card base. And we're going to center it right along here. By the way, these cards are going home with someone tonight, so be sure to comment. We're gonna add this strip. Let me measure it for you. Oh, wow, it's new then. That's great. All right, so this is measuring 3 3/8 across, okay? And then this is measuring 1 3/4. All right. All right. Now this time I have taken a stylish shaped circle and I've cut it out in Highland Heather. All right. So we're going to attach this. Jean says, I've used wobbles a few times, but never know which end goes where. You know what, Jean? I don't either. I have no clue. I'll show you what I do. How about that? Who knows if it's right? All right, here we go. And so here's our sweet little guy. And we're going to take out one of these. I'm so glad y'all like the owls. I do. They're so cute. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, yeah, I mean, it could work either way. I honestly don't know if there is a top or a bottom. I really don't know. All right, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to consider this to be the base. Actually, Gail, I'm using Granny Apple Green, but the Parakeet Party probably would work really, really well. So that is a great alternative. Or you know what? I'm just going to peel them both off. I like to go ahead and stick this to the creation. I don't know what to call it. So I'm going to stick that to the owl, okay? And then here's the base. And I am going to put that like right in the center. All right. Oh, that one's really doing well. That one's really, let's see. Oh, yeah, they both do. Check that out. They're so cute. Whoops, that one came off. It flew off. So I guess I need to press that down a little bit harder. All right. All right, now I'm going to use this die cut shape right here. I know you're going to ask me where this came from, and I don't remember. I don't remember which die. I actually think it was from a Christmas set. So I apologize. You know, you can certainly just cut a strip of paper. So I'm going to ink this in Highland Heather ink, okay? And we're going to hopefully center that. Hoot, hoot, you're so cute. Isn't that awesome? And we are going to add dimensionals to this as well. I know, we have flying owls. They're so cute. And we could have done all of them as flying owls tonight. All right, now I'm going to go back to those embellishments that I like so much, and I'm going to use a medium embellishment and put it about right there. I should probably be using my Take Your Pick tool. All right. So that is that. Oh, we need to add other embellishments, don't we? Let's do that. Let's add a white one up here. And then we'll use a medium size. And then we'll use a little white one. All right. All right. It could have been the holly berry dies. You know what? I think you're right, Diane. I think that's where that die cut came from, the holly berry dies. All right, so that's our third card that we're giving away. Now, if you didn't want your card to wobble, you could certainly stamp this owl on your white circle, and then you could put that there. All right, so you do have that option, okay? I am going to grab my computer and let's give away some cards tonight. All right.